right, we are starting writing. So we are going to work on minis this week to prepare ourselves or get ideas possibly for our next paper. So remember we were talking about if you had a magical schoolroom, what would it be? What would it be? Would it be just this schoolroom and then all of a sudden you push a button and we can fly? Or we float? Or we just fly into space? Or is it I don't want us to use a school bus because that's already been used, the magic school bus. But you can have a plane, you can have a train, you can have a balloon, you hot air balloon, you can have a spaceship. You can have whatever you want. Yes?
It's our version of the magic school bus.
It is. So you need to first and foremost, if you haven't come up with that idea yet, you need to come up with what is your magical school room and what does it do? Bless you. And if you have done that mini already, what I want you to do today is, I have these all, I'm going to write them down. I have them all figured out. So tell me, raise your hand if you already have done that you have made your magical school room. So if you have done that, then you are going to take that a step further and explain where would you go? Where would you go with your magic schoolroom and why? Would you go in the past? Would you go in the future? Would you go into space? Would you go to a different country, different state, in the ocean, inside a dinosaur's body? I don't know. It's a magic schoolroom, so it can go anywhere and do anything you want it to do. What fun. But the first thing, before you go explain where you're going to go, I really want you to explain your schoolroom. How does it work? What is it? Is it just a room like this that you push a button, or is it something else? And how does the whole thing work? Is it a time machine? Is it some kind of a flying machine? Or does it go in the ocean? So you need to explain what your schoolroom does. Do you shrink, get smaller? Do you turn invisible, so nobody can see you? All kinds of things that you could think of. So first and foremost, what I want you to do is explain this magical schoolroom. And then if you get done with that, you can start your next adventure on it, and you're going to explain where you would first go. Where would you go and why? Any questions? Grayson.
Can you do like a magic school portal?
Yes, you can do whatever you want. But you have to explain how it works. Does it just zap you in your classroom and just zaps you through a portal? But you have to explain how it works. I mean, you don't have to get down to the scientific facts of it with a formula explaining why your magic school room turns into a portal. I just want you to explain what happens. Is it like Harry Potter's portals where you throw something in the fireplace and you boom through the fireplace? I forget what that's called. No, there's a name for it. But anyways, I digress. So that is what you need to think of. Can you take ideas from other shows?
No.
Movies?
No.
Well, here's the deal. Most fantastic writers do. J.K. Rowling took ideas from Tolkien, from Star Wars, from different writers. Now, did she use the exact variation of it, or did she create her own? She got inspired by others. So that's the thing about writing. You can be inspired by other writers, but you just can't take what that writer has already done and do the same exact thing. You can change it and make it your own. That's the beautiful thing about writing. Some of the best writers in our world have been inspired by other writers. Inspiration comes in all kinds of forms. But you just have to make it your own. You can't take somebody else's work and then just put it on your paper and say, look at what I did. This is my idea. No, it's not. So yeah, you can take your favorite character, like Baby Yoda, and you can turn him into something else. But you can be inspired by Baby Yoda. But you just have to transform him into your own Baby Yoda. And you can't use his name Grogu, or Baby Yoda, or the child. So many names he has for such a little guy. So does that all make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right. Any questions, comments? Otherwise, I'm going to be quiet and let you write. So for Cadence, I want you to start writing this as well. I know that you're writing your swan story, which sounds super fun, but you have to also do this. So your magic schoolroom. What does that look like and how does it work?